Hello everyone, welcome to Subway Builder. Last time we built this, to be honest, ridiculous looking light rail network over here. Based on what happens in real life, I did realize there are a lot more stations uh, than needed, even though there are exactly as many stations as in real life. We only have these demand bubbles, so it's not really necessary. It's a bit overkill. I think also if you look at the station ridership, even though I haven't been running the game off camera for that long, you see that some stations like uh, this one, Stadhuis, and also this one, Centrum West, they are just not used, even though in real life this station over here is really popular in real life because, yeah, there are tracks going in basically three different directions. So, but the way this game works, because this is not an official map, this is a modded map, and this is how the demand is calculated in this map. So that's all we can do. What I want to do for this episode, I was thinking last time are several options, but I want to tackle three options at once. I want to extend this light rail to just this demand bubble. So in real life, it also goes south towards the train station that we do not add because there's no demand here. Although we could consider going to these bubbles as well, but for now, just this one. And then also extend it westward because in real life, this light rail goes all the way to the west towards Den Haag Centraal. And it continues further west from Den Haag Centraal as a tram line, or sort of a light rail line that is at the same level as cars and buses. So I'm not sure how I want to do the tram part yet, but I think it's a good idea to continue westward, and maybe we'll just keep it as an above ground light rail, just like it is in this area over here in real life and in this game. So that's what I want to do. Uh, we are making a profit still, so as long as I keep the game running, let's check the last 14 days for example, we should be making quite some money. Hopefully it's enough. We might need to get a loan otherwise. So let's get started. And I'm going to start with this bubble over here. So in real life, from this station onward, the train line continues in this direction, and then there's a station somewhere over here. Let me check the exact location first. So in real life, there are actually two train stations in this area, one over here, and then also another one over here actually. And then it continues south towards a train station that's over here. So as I said, we will not add the train station. And I think unlike what we did over here, we already saw there are actually too many stations. So what I will do here is of these four stations, I will only keep this one. Just to keep things more in line with what is happening in the game. Even though in real life there are four stations, I think having one is enough. So let's check the height of this station. It's 5 meters, so we will continue building this light rail system, light metro, at a height of 5 meters. So over here we need to split this off into two, 5 meters. For some reason this does not work. I think it might be going down to a different level then. Is this one still at 5? This one is at 5 meters. This one is also at 5 meters. Maybe in between it's at 4 meters because we do not need to cross a road. I think that's what I did. So let's try at 4 meters. That is cheaper. There's just a bit of a gap, but from here on it works. Okay, so then we go this way. 4 meters. But yeah, we need to continue to 5, else we cannot cross this road over here. And then as we're only going to this station, We might take a shortcut somewhere, but I don't think there is a good one. So we will just keep going this way. Maybe I can avoid the water here. Let's try that. We will go a bit slower, but I think it's okay. We do not need to worry about roads because we are 5 meters above ground. So we go this way. We delete this track. And then there is a station in real life over here, but we don't need it. We continue this way. And then here we will add a station. 5 meters above ground, I think it's fine. Like so. A bit ugly. Let's do it like this and like this. That looks better. And then of course we need to add a crossover because this is an endpoint. And the name of this station is Oosterheem. And now comes the fun part. We need to add another track. So in real life, as I said, the endpoint is right here. So in real life, and let me also delete those. In real life, the train goes from here to Oosterheem, and then to this station that exists in real life, but not here, as there's only one demand bubble. And this demand bubble is close to this station anyway. And then it goes this way, and it goes all the way to this Centrum West node, and then it continues west towards Voorlaag and towards Den Haag. So this line does not go through the whole Krakeling, which is sort of like a pretzel. It's a type of cookie that has this shape. That's why they, more or less, that's why they call it that. So we don't need to go through all of that, but we do add a line, and maybe we should call this one R1, and the other one we call R2, with also a triangle shape, because we had triangle for light rail. We used circles for metro and squares for train. So this line, it starts over here, although we need to build it. Let's build it first. Let's check how much this cost. Only 98 million. We have 685 million. So that's easy. So this R2 line, which still does not have a triangle, we added it. It starts at Oosterheem. Then we will let it stop at these stations. So people, if they want, they can transfer and then go in this direction. But I think there won't be many people that travel that way. And then, we could use another platform also. Let's see. I think that might be a great idea, actually. So this station, oh, continue. Let's confirm for now. Let's keep the game paused. This station, yeah, so as I said, in real life it's quite important because this is where most people go to go towards Den Haag instead of this train station. So I will add another platform. I'm not sure if this works. I've never done this in this manner. But yeah, there are station groupings, so why not? Why shouldn't it work? It's at elevation 5. So let's build a station at elevation 5. Parallel track. So normally you would use like a quad track for this, but it also seems like quad track is more meant for express rails and such. Let's start over here. Ah, but there's a building in the way. That is very unfortunate. Can we avoid that building somehow? And do this? There's another small building over here, but it seems like it's possible to avoid. I'm just not sure if this will count as the same station. Is there a way to see this? It is a part of the station group. That's great. So let's give these different names. We can call this one 1, 2, so the first two platforms. This one has platforms 3 and 4. And then this one is also called Centrum West with 5 and 6. It's not the prettiest, it's a bit off, but it works. And then, of course, at least I hope it will work, we will see. Then, of course, we need to go towards that station. So let's split things off somewhere around here, if that works. And then go towards it again. So the reason I'm doing this, at least that's my logic behind it, I'm not sure if it's realistic or useful in the game, but in reality there are quite a few platforms over there. The reason I'm doing this is there might be trains, well, some of them might be waiting in this on these platforms, 1 or 2, which does not matter, but some of them might also be waiting at platform 3 or 4, and then one train from this line could come in and go to one of the other platforms. So just to add a little bit more capacity to the station over there. Could do the same thing over here, but we will keep that one as normal. So let's check the costs. This is only 48 million, and let's also, oh, let's not yet run things because we need to edit this route. So this R2 route, it goes from here to here, and then after Stadhuis it goes to Centrum West, but one of these platforms. Let's say this one. And then it goes to Voorweg Laag. So not Voorweg Hoog, but this station. Let's say the lower platform. And then it goes back. This looks a bit strange. I'm not sure if it works. We will check it out. I will also check what the other line did. Yeah, the other line goes to the other platform. I'm also not sure if that matters. We only need to add some trains. Let's have 4 cars per train. Actually, do we have that on the other? No, we have only 2. Okay. 2 cars per train. And then every 35 minutes, or yeah, maybe every 18 minutes, except during the night, every 18 minutes people can go from this station, which has quite a large demand bubble, as can be seen. And they can go all the way over here. Later we can let them move to Den Haag. Okay, let's see if this all works. I will not go at the maximum speed yet. I will see. There is a train here. It is night time, so it's going in this direction. That should all be fine. Yes. Nope. And then it goes in this direction. Stops at this platform. Continues onward. Oh, it makes a turn. It seems like something went wrong. Let me check the route. Let's pause the game. So something went wrong over here. I thought it looked weird, but I was not sure what was the issue. So apparently what I did wrong. No, it should. So now it starts over here. Weird. So this ordering is messed up. Ah, I know what went wrong. Here it should also go back this way. That looks much better. Confirm. Let's follow this R2 train again. Is it this one? I am not sure. And there also something goes wrong. Wait a minute. What is happening here? It went back. Maybe it's just a one-time issue because I changed something. Let's follow this train again. Speed things up, slow things down. Right here it goes over there. Let's slow things down. What will it do here? It goes to the platform and then it goes back. Okay. Now it is starting the route. It stops there, stops there, and then it will split off from the crackling route, the R1. Go to the station, then it will go back. Stops at one platform and stops at this platform. Seems to work fine. There's just no demand right now. It's nighttime. I don't expect this to make a profit during the night. But hopefully during the day we will make some profit and maybe we can see where do people actually want to go. For example, these people, right now they are taking the car and they want to go very near Rotterdam Centraal actually. Well, that should be possible. It takes a few transfers right now because, okay, it takes like 4 transfers I think. No transit paths found. They need to go to the station. It's new, so maybe it hasn't been calculated yet. Go all the way here. Transfer at either Centrum West or Voorweg Laag to take the R1 route to this train station. Transfer there. Take the train station to Den Haag Centraal and then take the train all the way to Rotterdam Centraal. So right now that is not very efficient. It's way too many transfers. So I think that's also a reason why in real life they extended this line to the west. So let's do exactly that. So in real life, I believe there is no station between Voorweg Laag and Laan van Leidseveen, which is actually called Leidseveen. Let me check. I'm now not using Google Maps anymore. I'm just using OpenStreetMap on the side. And indeed, there are no stations in between. So this part should be easy. We only need to check the height of this station, Voorweg Laag. So the height of this one is 5 meters above ground. So we build our light track 5 meters above ground. We move in this direction. So our goal now is to go to Den Haag. So we just follow this nice area over here. And here we can move quite low. Well, let's stay at 4 meters. It's cheaper, but it makes it clear that this is not a tram, guys. This is really not a tram. It's a light rail system. Just in case you were confused about this. But it's not going on the same road as a bus or a car. So we need to merge these tracks. I'm thinking we could add another station next to this one just to have more capacity. Yeah, because there are already 2 lines over here. But do I really want to do that? We'll first see how it goes if we don't do that. So apparently this station is also at 5 meters. It is 5 meters. Alright. Then I just discovered a shortcut. I can press 1 and I'm immediately building tracks. Okay, so I could just merge. Merge. For some reason it is not happening. am not sure why. Am I doing something wrong? Okay, this one worked. The issue was that here the train was a bit of a different height. Yeah, I cannot show that right now. But for some reason, at exactly this location, it went fine, not over here. So these tracks are merged. Then, if we can afford this, and we can, it's only 63 million, let's build this, and then we can extend both of these pinkish lines, these R1 and R2 lines, towards the west, which would be great. That's how they work in real life. Let's edit this one. Let's see. I hope the game is smart enough to figure out the order. So we add this point over here because it needs to go back and forth. We will see if we will have to check this if the order is correct. But it will go all the way to the west to Den Haag. And then, as I said, in real life, it will continue as a tram line to the west. Actually, yeah, let me stop this. Let me build that first. So I believe in real life it splits off somewhere over here. Let me check that. No, actually it goes past this train station, then it turns right over here and then left again. And then over here there's like an extra, let's say an extra station that goes west so that the tram line can continue on this road over here to the west. Okay, I was mistaken. This is where the tram line goes in real life. So this is where the station should be. But we still have the problem of too many buildings that would be destroyed. So what I will do instead is I will build a station west of this one. So we will do it different from reality. Even though in real life there is yet another station right over here, I don't think it would matter too much for the demand because we already have this train station, this train station. I don't think this light rail station would matter so much. So we won't harm anything by just not using this one. Because as you see, there are more demand bubbles over here, which in real life I think they're covered by just by buses really, or maybe a tram, I'm not sure. So we will not build this station. So we will do it different from real life. Build a station over here, and we would want to go above or below these lines over here. So let me check that. So the train station is 5 meters above ground. The metro station also. So maybe for tram we can go to would not be nice to have to cross everything. So maybe we can just cross. We cannot go 0 meters here because there's a road. But I was thinking of going 0 meters somewhere, just not at this road. So that's something we can do like this. So now we're at 0 meters. So that means we can go below all of these tracks. If I manage to get it to work. Yes, I think this is the best solution. We go over here, and then we have a station next to all of these, and then the tram. Actually, we might even make the station. Let's see. We might even have the station go this way, or below it. Why not? Well, why not? Okay, there's a road. That's the problem. That's why not. So I think what I will do is I will make this station something like this. It is at 5 meters high, but it went below the other stations, so this should not really be a crossing. Right, I think it's at 0 now. Seems like it. So if we go towards 5 meters, we can do this. And we can continue as a tram, sort of tram line, 5 meters above ground. And everything is solved. Let me just check if, yes, this is a station group. So we have these 3 stations. So this one we will call Den Haag Centraal. But it's more of a tram. It's more of a tram station. Even though the light rail R1 will finish there, it's a bit more like a tram station. This one is metro. Let me put it also between brackets. And this one was a train station. All right, we managed. Then we can add a crossover. And if our costs allow, yeah, 58 million, we can build this. And hopefully there will be no trains waiting for each other. I'm not even sure if that's in the game. I assume it is. And we can extend both the R1 route and the R2 route. So this one, okay, R1 route. Right now it ends over here, but we want it to go back and forth. Then move west towards Den Haag, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Here also. And then in real life there's another station here, but it feels unnecessary here. And then it will go to this tram station. All right. Confirm. Let me check. Edit. So we start at 0 at Centrum West, which is over here. So here is the 0. It will go in this direction to the 1, the 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, taking the circle in this ridiculous 6 system, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then at 12 it will be at this other platform over here. 13 will be this platform over here, which is the below station. And then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then it goes back 19 at 0. I think it works. Let me also edit the other one, and then we will test them both. So this is the R2 line. It goes to Oosterheem, more in the east. We can edit this one also. It goes through different platforms. Right now it ends here, but we will have these both. And then it will do the same thing. And then let's let this one end at this platform. I think it's a different one. Confirm. All right, let's test this. Let's go at a bit of a slow speed. We will start with a train from, well, it's nighttime, so there will be one train only. So this one is not following a schedule yet. So let's see. Here it starts. So that's the starting point. It goes this way through this whole Kakeling, this pretzel, and then, so this is the R1 line, goes this way. It will cross this platform, and also Voorlaag, and then it moves towards Den Haag. And then, hopefully this will all work out fine. And it goes below the other trains over there. It might be a bit slow because it needs to go 5 meters difference in a small space in terms of height. But it seems to work. Follow this circle again. And spiraling back to the starting point. That seems to work. That's great. Then let's check the other one. This one is now in Den Haag. So it will go this way. But unlike the R1 route, it will take a different platform, that's first of all, I think. And then it will also split off over here. That seems to work. Great, so now we have another way for people to go to Den Haag. And maybe, just maybe, this demand bubble. Oh yes, there are already people who are now willing to go to Rotterdam, because the way they go is oh, this is starting at Rotterdam. So if they go back from work, I guess. No, it's in the morning. Okay, fine. They walk 3 minutes to Rotterdam Centraal. They take the train to Den Haag Centraal, which is over here. They then walk, sorry, they then take the train, so they switch trains, they go to Zoetermeer, which is over here. They walk to Zoetermeer Driemanspolder, so they walk for 0 minutes to go from train to light rail. And from there, they go to Voorweg Hoog, which is this one. Ah, they updated the route. I was too slow. Okay, they found a more efficient way, because now they just transfer once. So now what they do is, okay, they start over here. From Oosterheem station, they take this R2 route towards Leidschendam-Voorburg, which is, where is that? It's over here. And there they switch towards the D metro. And this line, they go to Rotterdam Centraal. I don't know why they don't transfer here. Must be a reason for it that I'm unaware of. Then they go to Rotterdam Centraal, walk for 3 minutes. So, it seems to work. We might also be making more of a profit soon. It's already going up a little bit. And our network has been extended. Now, I do want to extend it a little bit further here to the west. Even though we don't have trams yet, I think pretending that it's a light rail system 5 meters above ground so it can cross the roads, I think that is fine. Let's see if we can do that. So I will add the real life tram stations, and then we can see if it corresponds to these demand bubbles. But I will do that only for these R1 and R2 lines, which which have a connection more to the west of Den Haag, and I believe they split somewhere. So let me add those stations, and then we'll see if we can build them. Right, it took quite some work, but the R1 and the R2 lines over here, in reality they are actually a tram line, but they are also a light rail line over here. So they switch from light rail line to a tram line, moving basically at 0 meters above ground in real life. And one of them goes a bit in this north direction over here, and one of them a bit in this south direction over here, but they both go west. Which is nice because since the start of this map, I have been looking at all these bubbles, and west of Den Haag, we really want to connect it to the train station. So some of these bubbles might not be, or some of these stations might not be necessary, because this is a tram. There are really a lot of stations in real life, because the tram just stops every few hundred meters, let's say, or every minute or whatever. But yeah, maybe in this game we can choose which of these stations do we want to keep and which not. And as I said, I will be going 5 meters above ground, even though I believe at least in this part, in the city center over here, yeah, I think over here the real tram line actually goes underground. So it's a light rail system a few meters above ground over here. Then it goes more or less at the same ground level in this area between the suburb and the city. And then it's above ground again, goes above ground over here. It's even above the train line in reality over here. And then in real life, I think it goes somewhere over here and it goes below ground just for a little bit, and then it becomes a tram that actually goes on the road. So we'll see how we do it over here. I think just to make things easy, we stay at 5 meters above ground. I guess that's the easiest way to go about this. Let's start building, and I will rename all the stations later. I will first just add them. Actually, before we start building, let me check the demand. So it might be worthwhile to have 2 stations here, because there's so much demand. So in real life, the train actually goes over here, or the tram, I should say. But let's add a station here. Why not? We're already a bit different from reality anyway. It doesn't need to be a really long station. We can go a bit shorter because we are simulating the tram line here. But I think it's nice to have this station. Excuse me. We can keep this station over here. Or we could move below ground. But why would we move below ground? After that it goes at 0 meters in real life. No, we stick to the 5 meters above ground. Stick to the plan. Then let's see. Okay, so here we have 2 stations now. Then we might not need this station, even though it's right in the city center. In reality, it's used quite a lot. But as we also have a tram station here, I think it's not necessary. Maybe we could even skip this one, because we also have a tram station over here. What do these 2 stations add compared to this one and this one? I think not much. So I will remove those and build a tram station over here. Let's not destroy any buildings unless we absolutely have to. So, right here, the tram line splits, or at least one of the tram lines goes north and one goes west. So I will be working on the north path first. And these stations might all be good to have, actually. I'm not sure if we need 2 of them right here. I think this demand bubble is served by this tram station. This one could be served by this one also. So maybe we skip this one, just because, yeah, we're building subway builder, not tram builder. So we are simulating a tram line with this metro, or actually light rail above ground. So one goes in this direction, the other goes in this direction. Let's be careful with the water, even though it does not matter in this map, in this game, for this custom map. We do want to stay a little bit realistic. We go this way. Then we have a few stations, tram stops I should say, on this straight road. Very American-like. Maybe we keep one for this bubble and one for this bubble, and then we could build the station a little more over here, so a bit different from real life. And then the other one, we can build it a little more over here, so also a bit different from real life. And you know what we could also do? No, I was thinking of going at 0 meters, but if I do that, I run into trouble here. Yeah. No, I thought we could move in between these roads, but let's not do that. So these are our stations. We just need to make the curve here without destroying anything. That will be hard. But we managed. Okay. Luckily a straight section is coming up. We have a bridge over the water here into this station serving one demand bubble and this station serving the other. Let's see. So that's for those demand bubbles. Then this station is not necessary, and this one we can move a bit left to serve this bubble, and then we might want to keep this one for this bubble. So station right here. Ah, there is one actually. So let's do it this way, and then we don't need these two. So we are switching the tram stops a little bit based on how the demand works on this map, which could be slightly different from real life. I said we'll keep this one, so let's do that. It will stop quite often, but not as often as in real life. Alright, so we have this one serving these demand bubbles, and then let's add a station. Let's add this station over here. So what's the situation here? This is the endpoint in real life. And indeed, we only have this demand bubble left. And this one could then choose which station to go to. So let's add, wait, where are we? We are here. I think the tram line goes something like this, because there is a station here in real life. But we will put it maybe, if it's the endpoint, we could put it, yeah, let's put it over here. Just as an endpoint. To this tram line. Was there any demand over here? This is a park. Seems like not really. Okay. So we can delete this one. This endpoint. Wait, let's delete this one, this one, this one. Then we'll see if we need to add anything else. Okay, so we have this station, this station. think it's fine for now. This, the only thing this adds is that people from here could also walk. But I think it's better to in the future do something about these smaller dots. I think for now this is fine. So let's delete this, and then we have one line ready for the other one. Let's check demand again. Here we have a station already. We can add a station right over here and delete this. Then, yeah, this one should also not be necessary. We move towards the south. Yeah, we can have a station right here. There is a station building apparently, or at least some kind of building, but we can go next to it. Then we move west. It would be nice to maybe add an extra station. Yeah, add this one. So it exists in real life as well. Then this would be a good place for another station, both in real life and in the game. Not sure what's going on over here. Maybe there's another tram line. But we will continue this way. So we will add this station. And then maybe also the other one. Yes. I think it would be good to keep this one too. So we do need to make some kind of curve here, but that should be possible. Yes. Then over here we can add a station just to satisfy these demand bubbles. But then this one could be skipped. It would not add much. I don't think we need to worry about these ones. Maybe there's a different line in the future. So yeah, let's keep this station. And then, yeah, then this one we can skip. And we just have only this one, or somewhere over here, we have a station. And then we'll see if we go to this endpoint or not. So let's add a station right here. And remove these. We do need to make a awkward curve if we do not want to destroy any buildings. Maybe we make the curve over here. Yes. Like this. Because apparently there's no demand over here, just this bubble. And then we'll see, does it have any added value if we include this endpoint of the tram line? I think the people living here, would they walk to a station here but not this station? I am not sure. I think it makes more sense to, if we continue from here, to build a station right here. Let's do that. So this will be different from reality. There is no station there in reality. but it will serve another demand bubble that's in the game, at least in this custom map, like so. Alright, we have two tram lines that were added that are an extension of our light rail line. Now, let me just check. The tram line that starts over here, it goes in the south direction. So let's see if we can do that. And we have quite a bit of money also, that's nice. So that's this one. At least in real life it continues in that direction. We do need to build everything still. Discard. Let's slow things down before my computer crashes. Everything costs 1 billion. Okay, maybe we keep it at speed 3. 1 billion. So we do have enough, but barely. Let's build. I will also save my game. 1 sec. Okay, let's extend this line over here. So right now it ends at this tram station, but we want to continue, and no valid path found. What is going on here? I think I know what is going on. Let me discard. I think it does not find a valid path because it cannot reverse anywhere. This loser LAN over here, we we want to build a crossover. It's the end point. And then over here we also want to build a crossover. Let's do that. Now it should be able to find a path. Yes, it is managing to find the path. So this one, it will not go in this direction. We should let it go over here. That works. At least it seems to work. Now we're finally doing something about these large residential demand bubbles that we had in the west of The Hague. So Rotterdam has its metro lines, but this city does not have a metro besides the one that goes to Rotterdam and the light rail that goes east. So now we have this. Let's confirm. And of course we would need a lot more trains because now we have every 42 minutes there's a train. So let's have a train every 20 minutes. Should be okay, I think. And during the night, every 85 minutes should also be okay. We do need more cars. And then for the other line, R1 is also extended westward, but with going north also. So the game automatically pauses if you're editing things. So I will just hit play every now and then. Luckily it can find a path, and then this is the endpoint. So let's confirm. And let's test if everything works, because I am a bit hesitant. We have one on the R. Let's start with the R1. No. Yeah, with the. No, let's start with the R2 line. It seems to be going. And this one is quite full, actually. So let's follow this train. It moves west toward Den Haag. It keeps going. Turns to the west, not north. And it serves all these people. That's great. It is quite full during rush hour. It also gives some warnings because of this. So we could add more trains. But let's first check the R1 route now. Let's follow that train. Right, this one will make the whole circle. Let's speed that up. We've seen it before. Although it remains funny to see. It's a shape that does not really make sense to me at all. So now it goes to the west and then north and then west again. Seems to work perfectly. Well, except for the fact that it's delayed over here, but other than that, it seems to work. Now, I am curious. Do people now that we have a line that goes west, do people now transfer at this station? There are some passengers here. These people just need to go from here to here. They just take the R2 line. But we also have these. Is this the same one? These people need to go. They also do they also start at that same? Yeah, the people do use this station now. Ah, because we have the connection to Den Haag. So yes, and they keep going. Oh, that's great. So they need to choose the right platform over here, depending on where they need to go in Den Haag, in the city. And these ones also use that station to go over here. So there you have it, folks. We have our extended light rail system. These two tram lines, which, oh, actually, I know that this one is in real life. It's tram number 3, I believe, because I had to check it on the website. And the other one, this one, yes, that goes over here, is tram 4, I believe. Is it now changed? I did not click save. Okay, it's changed. And we want to increase capacity. So, oh, okay, this one has a train every 60 minutes. Yeah, we really need to increase capacity there. Let's have a train every 20 minutes. It still seems like not too much. During the night, every 3 hours, that's a bit weird also. Every hour during the night seems fine. We do need quite a few more cars. Even more. So that's for R3. So every 20 minutes there's a vehicle. During the night every hour. And for the R4 we have it already that every 20 minutes there's a vehicle. Yeah, the reason that it works this way, maybe we have it every 42 minutes during the night. The reason that there's such a large difference is because this is also true in real life. This light rail or tram takes so long to go through this whole circle. So you need a lot more vehicles. You see the entire route is over an hour long. That's quite extensive for a light rail or tram. But we managed to create this line over here. I'm very happy with it. We managed to satisfy some demand in the west of Den Haag. And now all we need to do is extend other lines. So maybe next time we move our attention to Rotterdam again, see if we can satisfy the demand of some of these bubbles on the a bit further out parts of the city than just this center over here. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.